Okay. Alright, so today I wanted to go over sacrificing, which we never really got to talk about the last time uh, we did a session, for those who were here, I forgot. But um, that and macro plays. So, let's see. I'll bring up that tool that I was using before. Uh, Rift Kit, I think it was? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so the first thing we'll do is we'll emulate a regular game that you'd probably encounter, right? So let's say you start at blue, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
you do a full clear that's like this, right? Something like that. And then the enemy jungler ends up doing something like this. Uh, First of all, what's the problem for you? If you're the blue jungler, what's the problem here in this scenario?
I'm non-confrontational as fuck, and I don't have 6.
Well, I was thinking more general. Generally
Mm,
speaking, what's the problem with if you're on blue side specifically and you start top side and you're going bot?
You don't have you're playing your bot side as weak side.
Okay, so I'm speaking more of just the junglers here.
um, they started red, so they're healthier.
That could be one thing, but that's not the main point. Essentially, who is getting to the crab faster? Who's getting to the river
Oh, them,
faster?
because he's got a straight line.
Exactly. You have to walk all the way through here. He has legit a straight line to the crab, right? So because of that, if you are, um, even if, oh, let me go back here. Even if your bot is here, it's still difficult to fight the jungler if he's already in the river. Because even if your bot is ahead, their mid could be ahead. And bot always takes longer to roam for whatever reason than mid. Uh,
You need the minion.
yeah, like they probably wave way more. So now this is specific for blue side because if you were red side here, it would be the opposite problem for
Mm-hmm.
or the opposite situation. You would have the advantage even if they're pushed up slightly because your mid and jungle together will be able to fight or pressure the crab uh way easier than bot can, really. At least if you are red side, if you're blue side, then it's the opposite. And especially in a situation like this where the bot is pushing, there is like a 0% chance that you can get the crab here, right?
I've
Because
always just like seen that, and then I go, okay, bye, and then I back, and I just go for a full clear again.
yeah. I mean it's very specific for you starting top side on blue side and going bot towards the crab, and if the jungler starts top side and also goes down. But the point of this whole situation is that you have to know you have to know this situation is coming ahead of time. Okay? You have to be watching your bot like like okay, if they are up here, like let's remember you're blue side, right? You're here.
Mm-hmm.
In a situation like this, um you should be seeing this coming when you're actually here. Okay? You should be looking at bot wave and seeing, okay, they are pushing up. I am not going to get the crab. So what do you do in this situation? What do you think?
I just recall, and then I just go for another top clear. And if the scuttle's there, then I happen to snag that as well.
Okay, that's wrong actually. The first the first thing you do when you uh in a normal full clear, let's say the enemy jungler is topside, you go get the crab, right?
Uh-huh.
So you're still doing that, but you're walking to this crab.
Oh, so I don't recall. I just walk straight for it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
so here's the next thing. What do you do after you get this crab now? Because you spent all this time walking back.
Is that when you recall? Because I thought like we're supposed to be going for as many full clears as possible and like not interrupting that.
I know, yeah, that's right. That's not the right answer though. You don't back yet. What do you do here?
You go straight into a second full clear.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Okay.
You see that? Okay, so let me redo this so you can see the whole thing again. So
I
in
like how I'm just like
this,
saying all this stuff just completely wrong. Like, all right, yeah,
well,
it's
no,
this.
no, no, no,
No,
it's fine.
stupid.
It's better. It's better if you say something and get it wrong because you're better, or it's easier to remember, right? Because you're asking yourself these questions internally while you're playing the game. So it's like, uh, you'll remember it for sure. So yeah, you do this, 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 and then you go all the way back to this crab, and then because of how long you took, usually it's about 15 seconds. 15 seconds. But okay, that's okay, whatever. Pretend that says seconds. Before this spawns again. So in the meantime, you can actually gank top. Uh, Ganking mid is a little bit harder because as Shyvana pre-6, if you gank a mid lane who is very easily able to just walk away, or trade and walk away, whereas if you go top, you have an advantage point here.
Hmm.
Um, like anytime you walk into a lane, the enemy jungler has vision of you, right?
Hmm.
So if they are here, right? They reset. You got this crab. Where is the enemy jungler gonna be?
He's pathing topside, isn't he?
Well, he
Because like
started
he,
top side, right?
yeah,
Yeah, he started top. So where is he gonna be? He's gonna be here. Or like somewhere along this line. Let's say it's here just for simplicity. Um, whoa, okay. So you are here, you did the crab, but remember you walked all the way up here. Well, he was able to just get the crab and gank
and
a
reset.
reset, right? But remember, you're waiting 15 seconds-ish, maybe even 20 seconds for your Gromp to spawn. So while you're ganking a lane, they are going to have a reset on you. So if you go mid, what is the problem with going mid? Why is it so bad compared to going top?
It's like
It's
the
further from Gromp.
Okay, yes, that's one point. It's
can't the
because
jungler just beat your ass?
so I mean yes, but you're trying to avoid the jungler. That's the point, right?
So he can tell, he can see how much CS you have,
Oh,
and
would he invade you?
So let's say you're mid, right? You go mid, you gank. I don't know. You go here, right? Something like this. He walks away. You're sitting here. What are you gonna do now that you're mid lane? You want to go back to Gromp, right?
Hmm.
But guess what? The enemy jungler sees you mid with no reset. He has a reset. So, if it's an aggressive jungler, he could take this, or he could just cut you off right here.
And
Because
then beat my
you
ass.
don't have vision. But if you go top, right? If you go top and you go here, first of all, top has a harder time of getting away. But even if he does get away, um, you have the option of walking this way, which is completely safe compared to walking this way. I know my lines are a bit off, but this way, right? Because you don't have vision here, but it doesn't matter, or it only matters in mid lane. It doesn't matter here because they can't reach you, but they can reach you here. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Okay, so let's start over again, and let me show you start to finish what you do here. Okay, so you go blue Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, red Krugs, and
And you're
then,
already thinking, like, hey, the jungler is going to be there.
but remember, yeah, remember, you guys should be trying to ward this or this if you're blue side, if you can, um, and then you'll be assuming, okay, they are following the same path. Uh, it honestly, I mean, it also doesn't matter sometimes. Like if they're kindred, it doesn't matter if you have advantage. Like you should just not fight them ever pre-6 because you're gonna lose a trade uh, and then lose the crab instead of just losing the crab. And then if they know you're gonna reset, they can double crab you.
Oh yeah, question for you.
What's up?
There is an above 0 amount of times when I'll go up to ward the enemy buff, and someone will be guarding it, right? And they'll like bulldog me and then make me run away. Do you just like roll straight into your first clear with the yellow trinket then? Like if you couldn't drop
Yeah,
it?
no, I do that. Yeah, if
Okay,
you end
okay.
up fighting, there's no point in backing if you're just gonna lose time. Uh, Plus red trinket doesn't matter super, like super much. Like it doesn't matter a lot. On your first clear anyway. Uh, but anyway, let me finish this route for you. So you go here, you go back, right? You take this, and then preferably I would go top. But if you can't go top, you'll be sitting right here because, like I said, the enemy jungler will probably be up here on his second clear anyway. He'll go like
Mm-hmm.
here, and then if your mid is low or something, he might just do this. A lot of people do that actually. They skip Raptors to go into a gank, especially if it's like Jarvan or Wukong or I don't know, someone with a dash or an easy gank.
You know,
So
Lee
if you're,
Sin,
yeah.
XXX, so on and so forth.
So if you're sitting here, you now have the advantage on them. It doesn't matter if you don't have items. You can trade with them and then walk away, and then you'll deter them from ganking your lane. Okay,
Okay.
and then you just go back. Yeah, you go back into a clear. Do you guys know how much XP you have when you do a second full clear like this?
Would I be like 5 going on 6, depending on how many scuttles I got?
Okay, let me break it down. So, you get level 3 off this, right? 3 camps.
Yep.
You get level 4 off this, right?
Yep.
Then, oh, sorry, I'm going the wrong way here. Uh, then you go up here, you get like 4.25, right? Here, 4.5. Here, you'll get 4.75. Uh, and then here, you'll get level 5. So once you do Krugs again, you will be about 5.4, like level 5.5 almost. And then you can just take a dragon and a crab and you'll hit level 6.
Okay.
That being said, you haven't backed yet in this scenario. So um, if you full clear like this twice in a row, you have to back after you take Krugs. You have to.
Because you're too weak to do anything else, even if you're
Yeah,
6, because you're level 6 Shyvana with starting item.
yeah, and you're right. Yeah, exactly. So in this scenario, you'll have around uh It's somewhere between 1100 and 1200 gold, I think. Something like that. Um, so in that scenario, if you get absolutely no assists or anything, I think like you have two options, right? You could either get Sork shoes, which is a great purchase because you're faster, or if you think that you'll be um, trying to go for dragon, like because you've cleared like this and you reset, your camps are not going to be up um, for at least a minute, which means you have time to go straight to dragon. So 2 full clears in a row, you go straight to dragon after. Um, in that scenario, you would be buying a Hex Tech alternator instead of Sork shoes for 2 reasons. One, because it's easy to fight people, easier to fight people even if they have a kill ahead of you. And two, um, with more AP, uh, you'll take the dragon slightly faster.
Okay. And that extra little bit of health helps in the skirmishes if you do have them.
Yeah, but it's funny. You may not have even thought of this before, but so you start the game usually with 1 adaptive force, right?
Yeah.
Where does the
Oh,
adaptive force go before
it's
you have
AD
AP?
because
Yeah,
yeah, it's AD first, and by buying AP, then it becomes AP.
exactly. So that's actually the main reason you take stuff faster if you get AP before Sork shoes. But and this is what I found sort of recently, right? So I don't actually buy Sork shoes right away if I'm taking an objective or fighting people, unless I can buy a Dark Seal as well, at least. Because the AP becomes, I mean the adaptive force becomes AP.
I remember that because when I was playing Shen, I remember how back when there was still a Iceborne Gauntlet, and Shen's best build was Demonic Iceborne.
Yeah.
But if you bought the Amp Tome first, you griefed your lane because you're trading all of your adaptive force AD, because that's what Shen relies on for his early trades, and making it into like 0.01 AP on his Q, which like never does anything for you. So like I just remember that from there, so that's kind of funny.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so you know what, let's continue on with our example here. Okay, just so um, you can see the order of events and the way I would deal with things, right? So let's say you do 2 full clears. Um, you are here. The enemy jungler would be around the same spot, but most likely they're in the bot side. So I'll just put them here. Um, because assumingly their camps will be down as well, if they just full clear just like you.
Hmm.
Now, you could be lucky or unlucky here because the crab will respawn here or here exactly when the dragon comes up. Or actually, I think it's just before. Um, so you did 2 full clears. You want to go to dragon to get it, or just to get vision on it, because this camp will not be up yet, right? So you have time to waste. You have time to do other things. Um, and at this point, you will be exactly 2 camps from getting level 6. A crab and a dragon will do it. Uh, ganking a lane, stealing XP, and then taking the crab will do it. Something like that. But the problem is, let's say your bot dies here. Your bot is back here, or even just support is left under turret. That's very common.
Yeah,
And
you got it, Nautilus. You can 1v2 him.
yeah, and the crab is spawning here. So the absolute worst case scenario for you, you have no prio at all. The dragon is coming up. The crab is also coming up at in the dragon pit side, so you're gonna miss out on level 6 altogether. Like the enemy jungler will hit level 6 after doing this. You'll be level 5.5. So what
You're
do you
very sad,
do?
Shyvana.
Yeah, exactly. So in that case, instead of wasting time, um, instead of wasting time going to the dragon, where do you think you should go?
I mean, if I can't go bot side, then I
Or
go
you
back
catch
top
it,
again, right?
you catch the bot wave and then go top and invade his jungle.
So you're half right, yes. You actually don't catch the bot wave here because the support, like you're too far away, um, and the support is already at it, so at least someone is getting it. Um, but for anyone other than Shyvana, how long does it take them to do dragon?
Like 20 to
A
30
long
seconds ish.
time.
Like a long time. Yeah. So you can go all the way here and then steal this
Would
because
that give you 6?
uh it uh it might actually. I don't remember if you need to like leech XP off a lane or something yet for this, but uh it only might because um something is different about this camp now that it's respawned later. What is that?
Higher level?
Exactly. And the level of the camp gives you more XP, depending on how high a level it is. So this will be your target if you encounter a situation where you did a top to bot full clear twice, the dragon is coming up, and the enemy jungler also went top to bot twice, and the crab is also spawning here. Okay? So you're sacking the crab and the dragon to
Because you can't
go.
contest it anyway, and it's a waste of time.
Yeah, exactly. So you should look at a situation like this and just say, like your bot died, okay, danger, right? Where can I go now? And then you think, where did the enemy jungler start? He started top side. What does
Aha,
that mean?
top side.
What does that mean? This is respawning. What else does that mean? It's going to be exactly the same timer as this. So I will know when it respawns as well. You don't even have to know when it respawns in a minimap. You can look at yours. So because of that, you will get 5.5-ish, maybe 6, and then you can gank top. So even though you lose dragon, you're still able to have an advantage somewhere else. You see?
Hmm. And worst case is like if you just sat there on your hands and went, uh-oh, I can't do anything, and then just sat there like a weirdo.
The worst, yeah, the worst thing, and I see so many people do this, is they just go to the dragon anyway. They're like, oh my god, the dragon's spawning. I have to go contest. It's completely wrong. Your bot is dead. Just, you don't have advantage. Just give it up. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
I remember you were saying that a couple sessions ago where you're like it's the first dragon's nice, but like it's an opportunity thing. Like if you have the opportunity, go for it, but if you don't, like why are you wasting your time?
Exactly. So, if I'll finish this scenario exactly. Like in the best case, from this scenario, you would steal this. You would go top. You would uh, possibly get a kill, but more likely you'll just burn a flash because you're not level 6, right? Um, and then you just go back here, and then you do your clear again. I think this will be up now. Uh, by the time you get down here, or maybe even blue would be up. I forgot which one. I think it's blue actually. Excuse me. But anyway, you'll do a full clear here. You'll have either Sork Shoes or Hextech Alternator, and you'll be level 6.5 by the time you're bot. bot lane should be level 4 or 5 at this point, probably level 5. And then you can just, because your bot is playing weak side, they're more likely to die again. Which means if you come bot here, it's more likely that it'll be in a scenario like this, right? And guess what? You can get a double kill here, no problem.
Yippee.
While you're doing this, the enemy jungler will be resetting and going here, oh my god, my camp is gone, and then he'll probably go top. And if he doesn't go top, he'll do this, and then he will be somewhere here by the time you are here. So now you have increased tempo on him because he wasted time. I say wasted time, but he took the dragon,
He
right?
took that useless dragon,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. Not very helpful.
Okay, so it's like when you stop to take an objective, you're technically ruining your tempo, right? Because of that, you can gain tempo if you're not taking the dragon, which would be an exact situation like this. So you are able to kill bot or even just get one kill or burn stuff or whatever. You'll take the wave. Like it's all good for you no matter the scenario at this point. And then
So you're basically like cashing in the 20 to 30 seconds the enemy jungler like not wasted, but used
yes,
on Drake to actually like get on top of them.
yes, exactly.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
So what do you think? Does that make sense to you guys yet?
No, that totally makes sense. Yeah, like I'm writing down the scenario and everything. See, like got that former top lane brain. So you said full clear, and then that's all I do. I'm like, all right,
Okay.
full clear. Okay, full clear. Okay, full clear. Okay,
Perfect,
full
perfect.
clear. Wait, why did we lose?
Okay. Uh, okay. Let's look at a different scenario, number two scenario. So, um, let's say, and I'll just try to come up with these from memory. Uh, or even I might even just come up with something that even I have encountered before, just randomly, because
Oh, can I ask you a question real quick about
what's
like
up?
the super early game?
Sure.
So, in my last, I think like a game or two ago, I just made it to my red buff doing my top to bot clear, right? And
Yes.
enemy Graves just rolled up and just like harassed me. Like, do I just like leave at that point? Because like I don't beat him.
So you're saying the enemy Greys did something like this and then hop the wall?
Yeah, we were same level. We were both level 3. And I just walked over to my red buff. No, sorry. I just walked to my Raptors, and then Graves like just started like fighting me. Do I just like fall back at that point?
Oh, so you're saying you encountered him here?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing you have to know is, does he have your red buff?
No, he did not.
Okay, so that means did he did this, right?
And that really like screwed with me because I was like, what do I do now? Because like I tried walking around behind to see if I could get to like my Krugs or something. I don't know if that was the right play or not, but I was
Okay,
still like I was like going like, oh, I need a
let's.
full clear.
It's a good scenario actually because you were following the same logic. Okay, so enemy junglers here. If your mid doesn't move, which they usually don't, and the bot doesn't move,
Yeah, he
um,
was pushed under his turret. He couldn't help me, so I was a little sad boy. But
you should immediately consider this danger. Whole area is now danger. So where do you go?
I made the mistake of walking. Well, I'll just tell you what I did, right? And then
Yeah,
I guess you can tell me if I did it right or not.
sure.
I walked back, kind of, you know, that little path that's like right below that circle, the bottom. Yeah, back there. I walked around to look at my red buff. Graves walked over there too. And so after that, I just bailed and I ran topside to like enemy topside jungle. And then
Yeah.
I just like I took like 2 or 3 camps. I don't remember which.
So like this and this.
Yeah, I did that. And like Cinder dropped a ward. I ran from the Raptors, so I took red and then Krugs, and then I circled around for the top scuttle. And
Okay.
that's what I did. I don't know if that was right or not, but We ended up winning that game, so that was cool. But it kind of screwed with me early because I didn't know what to do.
Okay, it's not you didn't do bad actually. Okay, so let me erase some stuff so it's easier to see here. Okay. So you encounter the Graves here. You should see him ahead of time. You should see
Yeah,
him
I
ahead of
did.
time,
Like I
right?
saw him walking at me, and I
Like
was
the
like, oh man.
moment you get here, or if you start the Raptors, um, essentially you're in a smite fight for the Raptors. If you already started it, okay?
And on
Um,
the big raptor, right?
yeah, on the big one. Why is that important?
Doesn't it give the most XP and money?
Yes, but actually that's not the reason.
Doesn't it count towards your starting item?
Yes, it
Oh,
counts towards your pet.
I didn't even know that. I was just like taking the camp and thought it just randomly gave it to me afterwards.
It's so the big Krug, the big Raptor, and the big Wolf. They all give you, if you smite it, those are the parts of the camp that give you the progression. Okay.
Okay, okay, I see.
Okay. Anyway, if you don't start this and you see the Graves coming, um, you have two options. First thing you do is sit here and wait for him to start the camp, because whoever is aggroing the camp has the disadvantage, because they have a whole camp that's attacking them. So if he started the camp and then you just walk at him and try to fight him, you will win in that scenario because he's tanking the whole camp. And then because he's in your jungle and because the mid sees you winning, usually they don't roam unless they see you winning. Uh, then he will roam down. And then of course he'll be spam pinging the whole time while this is happening. But uh, in the scenario that you were describing, where you are walking and then you start the camp and then he tries to fight you, is that what happened?
Yeah,
Okay.
and he actually beat me at the smite. I didn't know why he smited the big raptor. I was actually trying to get as many of the little guys as possible.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I
So
know that it's for the tree.
yeah, he outplayed you by getting the big raptor. Um, anyway, you fight the smite fight. Let's say, I mean, if you lose, it sucks, and that's what happened. But then you'll be essentially kiting him back and waiting for him. If he chases you, then you'll walk all the way up here to his raptors. If he's not chasing you, um, what you're gonna do is watch where he goes, and this is only if he's not chasing you, okay? Like if he walks away, if he walks to your red, then you'll be walking to your Krugs, okay?
Okay,
But you want to make sure you're exactly on this line. If you're any closer, he can just re-engage on you. You want to deter him from re-engaging by staying far enough away that if he walks away from red buff, then he's going to be taking a lot of damage. Whereas if you're right here and he just autos you, he now has the advantage where he would have to kite to get to you if you're on the edge. So he takes your red, right? But while he's taking red, you take Krugs. And then you back right here. You'll be sacking
really?
the crab.
Okay,
You can't get the crab anymore. It's too dangerous. He has red buff, which means he's a slow on you as well. Uh, it's just too dangerous to fight in a scenario like this. So you back, you go top, and then the crab will be up top side. And the reason you back immediately is because the crab won't be up while you're backing, but it will be up when you get here. So while he's getting the bottom crab, at least you'll get the top crab.
Okay, and the reason you back is because you have time, like not a lot of time, but you have some time to actually like get a recall off.
Yes, you're getting tempo.
Okay,
You're
got it,
keeping
got
your
it, got it.
tempo even though he's sort of messed your tempo up a little bit. But Graves here has actually messed up his tempo more than you.
Huh.
Because now, because he's invaded, what does that mean for him? He has to go farming a lot more or else he'll be weaker. Because remember, in the scenario before, you're doing a double clear, which means
Hmm.
you don't back and reset. In this scenario, you have backed and gotten the crowd, which means you have
Oh, so
item
you flip the
advantage.
script now.
Yeah.
Okay. So even though Graves is farmed more than you have a recall on him.
So
So you're
by the
healthy, you
time
got item.
you're here, you'll have in the scenario that you described, you'll have 16 CS. Graves will have 20 because he took, or actually, it won't exactly be 20. It'll be like 18 each because you told me you got the small ones here and he got the big one.
Yeah.
Now, he still has slight advantage here, but here's the problem with Graves doing this. You are both at the crabs, right? He took this side, but this is up. So you can steal this, and then by the time you steal this, this camp will be up again. So
Okay.
even though he took two camps, um, and uh, uh, got like two of your camps, I guess. When he resets, he'll be at 24 CS, but all of a sudden you're at 24 CS because you took this.
And you're already on the map, so you're already entering your next clear.
And then you're taking this, that's 28, that's 32. Where's Graves? He's here, that's 28. Oh, maybe my red buff is up, maybe it's not. That's 32. You're already on your way to getting another reset where he has to farm these two camps. And all of a sudden you have tempo advantage.
Oh,
From his
okay.
invade, you have tempo advantage.
Because you didn't hesitate or do it, you just like snap straight into like, okay, hey, I'm taking what I can and leaving.
Yes, and that's very important, right? So you will be like, let's say you're here, he will be here, or try to, okay, let me do this again really quick. Okay, so you're both here, you take this, he resets, you are here, he is here. Okay, so you are at 24 CS, he's at 24 as well. He will be sitting here, looking for his camp. It's not here. He's probably going to gank mid. And then this is where you get your tempo.
Gotcha.
So he will either have to spend time walking or um, you'll get tempo here. Either way, it's either about the same level from his invade or you have advantage, right? Like he has the opportunity to make a mistake here, whereas you
Hmm.
don't. You can just free farm again, and then you can gank bot here. I'm trying to figure out. I think you'll be level 5, just level 5 from doing this clear. Like you won't actually be close to level 6, but neither will Graves. He will be about the same.
Okay. And it's kind of like both you guys are like taking what you can at that point, because like you screwed
It's
with each other.
yin and yang. I think that's how you say it. So it's like for everything he does, you do something as well, right? So, um, but yeah, do you have any questions regarding that?
No, that makes sense to me.
Okay. So, what do you take away from that? What do you think the most important thing to know in the game is level 1 then?
Where they started then.
Exactly. That is the most important thing to know as Shyvana jungle. Where did the enemy jungle start? And then, even more so important, if you are here, you have to figure out which buff does he have. If you don't know where he started. And how much CS does he have? If he has 12,
Mm-hmm.
he has 12 here, it means he took this side and came here. Uh, because there's no way he would have time to do red, walk all the way down, and be here while you're doing this camp. You would take this before he gets here. Like he might be here, but you'll be like here at this point, right?
Yeah.
And then actually a very common scenario is they have 12 CS and they're here, and you're taking red here. That's more likely what you're gonna see. This is rare, but again, you just walk around. They walk to red, or they try to chase you. Either way, you can just walk away, go wrap around, take the Krugs. They will go back and take your red. Okay. So uh, let me see if I have an actual scenario that I've encountered. Let's see. So this game was pretty simple. This one I played tank Shyvana, so it doesn't apply actually. I have to find.
Yeah, I like that build, the Warmogs.
Yeah, that one was is that this game? Where was that game? I don't think it recorded actually, but yeah, I did uh this game as well. I mean, I guess I'll just show this just for fun.
Okay.
So, uh so I die level 1.
Unfortunate.
I'm low HP. Um but I walk in here anyway, even though I know they're here. Why do you think I do this?
Because you're tilted.
No.
Because you're tilted and you want to lose.
There's actually a reason, okay? So I have Ignite, press the attack, and Last Stand. And I have two teammates with me here. So instead of walking away and resetting, I int on purpose so then I can get Scion to half HP.
Oh my god, he's doing the sacrifice thing. He's doing it.
So technically, I'm sacrificing myself in this case, but anyway, uh, we end up getting 2 kills out of that. It's
Okay,
pretty
interesting.
crazy.
I like it. Because you're tilted.
It's not because
Oh, man.
it's actually. I mean, that was a legit call right there. I promise you.
Because
But
you're the boss FF's enjoyer and you wanted a good death.
yeah. Um. Hold on a sec. Okay. I don't have a like actual recording, but I'm sure I have one like in the games itself. Let's see. This one might be good to look at actually because I didn't get very many kills this game. So I was blue side. Oh, by the way, there's a really funny bug right now with Shyvana's Q.
Oh, is it the one where you can continually hear it, but it
You,
doesn't actually do anything?
if you spam Q, it doesn't go on cooldown, and it makes the sound every time.
I like it. They should make that a feature. It's like making Singed laugh.
Okay, so I'm trying to fast forward. Let's see. Yeah, it's hard to skim through games when my recording software wasn't working. Anyway, uh, I won so many games in a row in this account. What the fuck? Oh wait, these games I played all in stream too. Okay, let's see. Okay, this one might be juicy. Because we're both starting top side, let's see. Okay. God, I hate directed camera.
It's not your favorite feature ever.
So this one I get absolutely fucked because I lose my Gromp and my bot lane died. By the way, this only happened because my clear was kinda slow because I got a leash top, but
Uh-huh.
it's actually that's not slow. Whatever. I'm like trying to justify that. There's no way. Yeah.
No, it was my dog shit team.
Four,
They griefed
three,
me.
314. I mean, that's okay. Wasn't slow, but whatever. So I back. Um, where do you think I go here after I back?
Um, do you path to? Okay, I'm probably just gonna be wrong, but do you
Should
just go
be.
bot here?
No, no. You go to the crab. Top.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, okay. I've been wrong every time so far, so I'm gonna guess the opposite of what I would have. All right.
Yeah, you get this crab. J4 is here. Or J4 got that one, right?
Yeah.
So you get the crab and then you just go back into the top. It's very simple. You don't have to overthink it, right? Remember,
Okay.
you died. What does this mean? Danger here. You didn't die, but like, you know, your bot lane died. You lost your cap, so you don't go here to contest anything. You just go here and then you go back into clearing again. Now here's the thing though. I have tempo on the Jarvan because I'm not hesitating.
Like you're just rolling straight into it.
Oh, I take it back. You want to see something really cringe?
Oh yeah. I love the cringing. One.
Okay, well I lost tempo doing that. Oh, this is this
I
this
mean, you
is
could probably
this
try
is
and
funny
like.
to look at actually.
Oh yeah. Oh well. You
Okay, that happened. Okay.
you got outplayed. I'm sorry, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's like what if I'm not playing Shen or Pantheon, I just do my best to stay a country mile away from Katarina because they always outplay me. Like it doesn't matter like what I do. Let's see.
All right. What do you think I do after this?
Um, do you? Well, you're 5. Are you about to level up?
No.
Um,
I'm one camp away. After this, anyway.
I mean, my first step would be to
Drop.
walk into bot side river, I feel, because the enemy super pushed up.
I
Maybe,
think
maybe,
you
maybe you
just
can gank
show
them?
bot to support them,
Yeah.
but not do anything because Jarvan's gonna be there and you'll probably lose because your bot lane already died
Well, I
and
already
you're not
know
6.
that Jarvan invaded me once. The likelihood of it happening on a cycle is very high. So, I do something very important right there. Do you see that? I kited it away from this bush.
Oh, because that's where he'd like leap at you from.
I
Yeah.
did it again. I even walked it out of the vision there completely. So, then,
Alright, you munch max on the fruit. I like it.
because I'm here first, I show for pressure, and I'm sort of being greedy here, but I have smite, so and I know I'm one camp away from 6, so I know if I get this crab, I'll be level 6, and I'll be able to fight Jarvan, even if he contests me for this. But why do I go for it anyway? Like why is it so important that you get here before the other jungler?
This is
If
another
you're
extension of one of those tempo things.
yes, but
You
there's a very
said you got the advantage fighting in the river.
yes, but there's a very specific fact about the crab that allows you to take this with essentially no fighting involved.
And can you like make him walk away from you?
Yes, that's it exactly.
And you push him towards mid lane who had prime.
Yep. Well, it doesn't
Yeah.
even matter if mid doesn't have prio. If like here they're kind of even.
Because you're just buying time so that way like you can just take the scuttle successfully.
Well, I know that I either had even or slightly above Jarvan's tempo. Remember up here, even though I had to go back, I mean that's kind of ruined it for me. But so I'd say we have even tempo here. But I get to here. And I don't see Jarvan, so I'm assuming that he's just farming at this point. Taking this is very important, by the way. So I clear vision, and I know he's not in the river. Even if he engages on me here, I'm not gonna die. He's not level 6. I know he's not level 6.
You can walk away from an engagement even if he like tries to jump on you.
Yes.
Okay.
And because I'm one camp from 6, I'm being hyper aggressive here. I'm
Because once
getting
you
to
get
the
6, that's
river.
like your big bonga power spike.
Yes, and I have. Notice I didn't go Sork Shoes. Do you remember why I said I don't
Because
do
you
that?
want the AP.
Yes, because you know that you're gonna fight someone, or you know that you're gonna try to get an objective. So, while I am pushing the crab away from here, look where Jarvan is.
He's coming.
He's stuck though. He's never gonna catch me because I'm walking away. And same with the support, it doesn't matter. So now
I
that I'm
like
level
it.
6, now all of a sudden I can like 1v2 them.
Because you're 6 and you're god now.
Pretty much.
You know, that's kind of funny. Like, the only reason I like learned about the scuttle doing that is because when I was like playing Shen, I'd taunt to get like damage off on the scuttle. Because you know how like it used to have the shield and then like CC would break it?
Yeah.
And I'd taunt towards it, but it'd be right at the point where it turns around, and then the scuttle would dodge my taunt, and I'd look like the stupidest person on planet Earth because literal scuttle just dodged my taunt.
What?
I think I die here actually.
Oh,
You're
good.
lagging out.
Yeah, you're going robot mode.
Doing.
Oh my god, dude.
He sounds fine. He sounds fine.
Here,
Putting
type
the
type it out. I can't
shit
hear you.
away. Oh, sorry, I thought I was muted. My
Oh wait.
girlfriend's yelling at me.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean, it says you're muted actually. I'm not sure why.
wait. You're right. Wait, yeah, it says you're muted for me too.
Wait,
Thank you, Discord.
that's very strange. You were lagging so hard, it wasn't muting you. I don't know. That's weird.
The lag was so powerful that it overrode the mute command. That's crazy.
Oh, actually, I think I just went for a steal and I failed, did I? I'll watch it back for fun. Let's see.
Is this like that like wise mentor thing? Like oh, everyone makes mistakes.
No, I just did that because we were behind, and uh, I thought I could get it. And Mountain Drake's huge on Malphite, so I tried for it. But
You're trying to be a homie. You're trying to be a
yeah,
bro.
yeah. I mean, I was attempting to use my tempo to my advantage, even though it was risky. But in a real scenario, I mean, you would probably just walk away from this and then go back and do clears, right?
Okay.
Because in that case, remember, when they do dragon, they're losing tempo, right?
Yeah.
So even though I
And
went
so
for
you
a
were doing dragon and you lost, and so you lost like mega tempo.
yeah, yeah. Uh anyway, I can't actually find a scenario where I'm sacrificing that often. Usually because the people in this elo are too slow, but anyway, I think that's pretty much it for sacrificing. Um, we might want to look at general macro now. Just cover that. So, what do I mean by general macro? I mean like how to end the game if you are in a level 18 state. Um,
Oh, please
and
help me.
and can't. Let's say you are here with your team, they are here, right? I don't know. Just some random scenario, right? Um, all of you are level 18. You are full build. How do you end the game here? If
I run it down mid with my turbo strength.
so, let me visualize this for a second. Let's say that the only person on their team who's tanky is their top. Okay, so their
Oh,
top
is
is
this the part where you like
here.
force a team fight if you see the top laner splitting?
Uh, so I mean we could go over that quick. Yeah, sure. So top is here. Your top is here. Your mid is like here. Where would be a kill point? There's two kill points here. Can you find them?
Well, if you see the top laner, I feel like going to that wall would be a kill point, like by the top enemy top.
It's not top.
Really? Would it be the river walls? Like around where the enemy jungler is?
So Mosquito, remember kill points where you actually try to one-shot someone.
Can you blow up the support then?
Nope, it's not support. Support players are never. They should. Oh my God, why is that lagging? Okay, the supports should never be a priority unless it's a Soraka or a Lulu. Someone who can like buff buff their team, keep them alive. If it's like a Nautilus, a Recon, like
Leave
fuck
them
the
alone.
support, dude. Yeah, the
You
support
try and
does
kill a
not
bot laner
matter.
then?
Okay, that's one. Where's the kill point from this exact picture?
I would sprint towards the top river wall. Yeah, and then like, because if the bot laner's around there and he rolls up, then that gives me like, if the bot laner walks into the river, then I can try and kill him. If he
Let's say
walks through
he's in
that
here.
bush, I can try to kill him.
Let's say he's in this bush.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I would love to jump on his head from that wall.
Okay, that's one. Where's the other one?
Uh, is the jungler worth killing too?
Yes.
So would it be the opposite side there, like just like same spot, just on the bot side river?
Yes. Exactly. These are the
Oh
two
yeah,
kill points.
let's
In
go.
this exact scenario, you are ignoring top because you have the advantage because they're only here. If top was here, it would be a different scenario. Top is at tier 2, you want to force a fight. You can leave them, you can give them tower, it does not matter. They are not gonna have enough time to end your base
Oh,
before.
because you're playing to win the game. He's playing to take a turret.
Yes, exactly.
Got
This is
you.
we're talking about macro here, right? So you're trying macro meaning you're looking at the whole game state and you're figuring out what do I do here. So what do you do here? You force a fight. Their bot is in a vulnerable position. Their jungle is in a vulnerable position. They are isolated enough that if you jump on them and do enough damage, you can tank both mid and support just fine, especially at level 18. You can tank them like probably as well as your support can if they built like a tank item. Because you probably have like an extra 25 resistances from if you get
And
like a
then plus all the
mountain
health you
or
got from your mage items.
yeah, and your ult gives you HP too. Um so yeah, you're looking for a fight here. Okay. Um let's move this fight along. So let's say you blow their flash, they back up, the jungler dies. The
Go.
support is here. Let me erase all this. Uh, the top is now here all of a sudden. You
Oh shit.
are somewhere here. Let's say your support died. I don't know. What do you do in this scenario?
Is that when you try and kill the top laner? Because he's like really pushed. Oh wait, no, fuck it. Support's got top. I want to kill
So
like.
support is dead. Let's take them off the screen.
Oh, okay. Mm,
And I'm generalizing this. It doesn't matter who is playing top here.
would you not want to respond to the top laner though?
Of course, you have tempo, right?
Yeah.
Why would you want to respond to top? But you have to somehow. You need to do one of two things. You need to either you need to make sure that someone is covering it. For example, if your top is backing, your bot is backing, your mid is backing, is top a problem for you anymore?
No, not anymore. Because you got dudes like rolling up to him.
Exactly. Okay, so because of that, in your mind, you should be thinking this right now. You should be thinking it's 1v3. So what should you be doing to make sure that you're still maintaining your tempo?
Pushing a lane.
You should be doing this. You should be taking
Cutting
camps
them
and then
off.
stopping the wave top lane.
Oh,
Because
okay, so your laners are gonna kill the jungler, but you're breaking his wave so he can't gain anything.
so you mean top. But yeah, so top is gonna kite here. He's not gonna die probably. They're just gonna push him off. But what a lot of top laners do is he will do this, something like that, and then go back to pushing again. If you stop the wave, he can't go top anymore. He's not useful top anymore.
Because he isn't gaining anything at all.
Exactly. So you're stopping them from having any tempo on you. And you're gaining tempo by stealing camps, which makes the um, other jungler, when he respawns, he's gonna go top, see all this missing, and then go bot, which means you know exactly where he's gonna be. That's very important macro-wise, because if you can manipulate where they're gonna go, you can set up a kill point here. Like let's say you do this, you reset, you walk back, you walk right here, and I don't know, an Elder Dragon is about to spawn. All of a sudden, you have a kill point. You know the jungler is gonna walk here.
I'm
So you,
tired of this, Grandpa.
what's that? Oh, um, but yeah. Anyway, you're setting up a kill point ahead of time, which is something that is very important for when you're trying to end the game. It's using anti-vision. It's using kill points. It's using lethals because at this point in the game, you're able to probably one-shot anyone, right? Even if they have a tank item. Uh, so you're using almost every single thing that we've looked at. Obviously not sacrificing here, but um, to be able to kill the jungler when he walks here. And remember, this all started from a team fight. So if you want to try to remember it in an easier way, just think um, uh, no ultimate, go farm, stop wave. Something like that. Now, let's look at a more um, complicated one. Let's say, um, let's say they have 0 turrets left. 3 inhibs are up though. What do you
Hmm.
know about Shyvana's damage on turrets or objectives?
Giga Ultimate Turbo Mega Strong.
Yes. Do you need ultimate for that?
Nope.
That's right. So, let's say you're in a scenario like this. Um, this is probably very common. At least I've seen this happen quite a lot. So the scenario is like this, okay? You have to somehow bait the enemy team to go bot lane. Why? Because the moment you get here, the game is over. If you can get to this spot with ultimate or flash, either one, you can guarantee to end the game. It doesn't matter if they back, it doesn't matter if they are where the spot laner is. You
Yeah,
will
because
end
you
the
need like
game.
one auto Q, and then inhib's gone. Auto Q, Nexus is gone.
Yeah. So, how do you do this?
Bot laner pushes alone and looks really
Or
stupid, and then
sorry, let me rephrase that first actually. What can you use to do this?
my bot laner as bait.
Okay. That's one thing, but to do that, you are gonna have to communicate to your team. You're gonna have to say, everyone go bot. Everyone go top. Is everyone gonna do that? Probably not. But at least 2 or 3 will. Your top laner might ignore you, whatever. Um, okay, so now your bot is here, and now the mid is gonna be roaming. So now, what is your next obstacle?
any wards and stuff that would prevent me from making it there undetected.
That's right. So, where should you go in this scenario? And remember, you're pretty fast at this point, right? Full build.
Yeah, like 600, 700 move speed,
Yeah.
depending on if you have W up,
So where
which
should
you
you
will.
go? Okay, first of all, if you were trying to stop a backdoor, is this generally where you would place wards? You think?
Uh,
You are the red
yeah,
team? Okay. So, that's exactly where I would assume they're placing wards.
I'd go
So,
further, so I'd walk around like the long way.
exactly. So you're gonna walk this way, you're gonna ignore the top, and then you're gonna walk all the way here. Either inhib, right?
Yeah, because you need one inhib down, and then you can break their nexus.
Yeah, exactly. Now this is level 18, right? Again, you can't do this at level 15. You can't do this at level 16. It takes too much time for you to kill the Nexus and uh, especially if they have turrets here, of course. But um, okay, so there you go. Congratulations, you ended the game because you baited them.
Yay,
What
I got my
else?
LP.
Yeah. What else can you use? Um, I'll move it back a bit. Let me put them generally where I thought they were again. I think support was here, mid was here, bot was here, you were here, something like that, right? Uh, I'll move the words, I guess, like something like that. Okay, what else can you use other than your team? What's something more common that you can use as bait?
And objective spawning.
Yes, that's right. Elder Dragon is spawning. What is the most ridiculous thing you would do other than going to an elder? Walking away from an elder.
Yeah, like sprinting away from the elder.
Exactly. So, well, they are going to be here, assuming that you're going to join them. You are going to completely ignore. Oh, there's arrows. I didn't even know
Oh, look at that.
that.
New arrow technology unlocked.
You are just going to completely ignore them and go and end the game. Um,
Based.
but what do you have to make sure of first?
That they're actually there.
That they see you here.
Oh, so you show up, you're like, oh, I'm here, and then you just sprint away right after.
Exactly. 30 seconds before the elder spawns. What you're gonna want to do, and remember, again, level 18, I have to keep clarifying this. You do not run away from an Elder Dragon if it's pre-level 18 full build, because you want to get the Elder Dragon. Uh, in a scenario where you are full build and you can just solo end the game, this is where you would do something like this. Okay, but this is important because that's the macro that people don't encounter. So you show here, you purposely want to make sure someone sees you. The moment someone sees you, you are running all the way around while using an oracle. It's about 30 seconds before it spawns. You get to this spot, 20 seconds before it spawns. You get to this spot, maybe 5 to 8 seconds before it spawns, something like that, right? This whole time, you're trying to make sure that you're walking absolutely around every place of vision where they could possibly see you, like the minions or a control word here, like, something like that. Um, you're using an oracle. The moment now, there comes a point of no return for this. Like, if they see you on vision here, you're still gonna go and end the game, right? But if they see you on vision here, what you're gonna do is continue walking, but you're gonna make sure that someone is stopping them from backing. Okay.
Gotcha.
If you think that your team won't be able to stop them, you're gonna make a U-turn and run towards the elder. Because at this point, now you have to fight them. They've seen you. Your plan is ruined. And all this should be done on the fly, right? So you come up with a plan, you follow through the plan until something stops you, and then you ditch the plan. And it should be as quick as the moment you see a red vision here, right? It takes
Okay.
practice, but um, yeah. So they don't see you on vision. They're fighting the Elder. You're ending the game. You're getting LP. They're being mad. Whatever. Okay. I'll say like one more scenario before I wrap things up. But is there a scenario that you specifically have encountered that you have had trouble with?
Mm, let's see.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I just had a quick question about that last one. If that's going to be your game plan, would it be better to sell an item and go Nashers, even though you don't normally, if
Yeah.
you have enough gold?
Uh, I would only do it as a sixth item still.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, say you plan on doing the back door, before it spawns, you've got more than enough gold, you're 18, blah, blah, blah.
I'd say it's worth a shot.
You
Yeah.
sell an item,
Uh, yeah, yeah. No, it's worth a shot.
or
If that's your game plan,
whatever.
then yeah, you can sell an item and buy Nashers. You are lagging terribly though. It's not your mic not working.
Okay. One scenario that'll,
Oh, there he goes.
Damn. Uh,
Well.
anyway, is there a scenario that you've encountered that you've had trouble with?
Mm, it's generally like times when what is it? It's times when like a wrench gets thrown into my plans really. I mean, well, you've been kind of explaining it, so like I think you've pretty much answered the questions that I did have, like the grave situation or like that late game scenario, because I'd probably just try and fight regardless, right? But you're saying that like you can sack the objective as long as you win the game right after.
Yeah, well, or if you gain tempo and the game is not at risk.
Hmm.
Yep.
what do you do when you are playing against Kindred and no one on your team cares about the marks and wants to just let them get free reign of marks? It
If
doesn't rotate.
if you're playing against Kindred, um, I don't know what to say because that should be a perm ban. But
Okay.
in all honesty, joking aside, Kindred is like one of your greatest counters. There is almost nothing you can do to stop her from taking your marks. And that's just how it is. Uh, what you should be doing, let's say the mark is at your Krugs, and you're doing something like this, right? And then you come down here, you see Kindred, and then she took your Krugs. I don't know, bot supporter here. You're here, took the Krugs. The only thing that you can do is just act the same way, like pretend that you're sacrificing it. You're just walking up here and attempting to do something between here and here.
Okay.
While she is either doing this or going bot or going back here, she is going to be stuck here for a while you have time to go and do something up here. That is generally speaking the only thing you can do other than buying a control word. Or if you really want to mess with a Kindred player, what you can do is um, you can show bot somehow level 1 like walk up here. Let's say kindreds usually start what, blue? I don't actually know. I haven't played against a kindred in a while, but you show
Cardinal ban
here,
moment.
yeah, you show here, you walk back, you do red, and then you just do a reverse clear. And because of that, the kindred who wants to invade will probably do something like this, uh, or even just a full clear or a 3. I don't know. Like she'll do something like this, try to cut you off from the crab, but you're not here anymore. You're at this crab. So you're just trying to play mind games with them against kindred players, because kindred is so hard to play against because she can jump this wall, she can jump this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall, like every wall in the game she can jump. You can't outplay a kindred in a 1v1. The only thing that you can do is outplay them before you even start to fight them. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was sneezing. So yeah. Um. By the way, a rule of thumb: if you want to one-shot someone, uh, especially a kindred player, let's
Always.
say you're standing here. Excuse me, I sneeze again. So you're standing here, the kindred is walking here. So you should be. Oh, let's take this away. 1 sec, I'm just gonna blow my nose.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, rule of thumb. I don't know how true this is, by the way. I haven't like tested it 100% yet. I've just found it to be more reliable. If kindred is this dot, right, and she's walking this way, that arrow is not the way I thought it would look, but let me try to redo this because I want to make sure this makes sense. Okay, kindred is walking this way, right?
Mhm.
Uh, in this scenario, how do you hit R and D together reliably, or most reliably?
So where are we at?
We are this dot.
Oh,
Mm,
So something that I've found is that if you R a certain direction and then use your E the opposite direction, you end up hitting people like so many more times. So in this specific scenario, she's up against a wall that she can't jump over unless she's right up against it. So you would use your R this way. Oh, wait. Okay, let me delete this. So you would use your R here, and then use your E here, the, in that direction. Like use your E down. But
okay.
it's very important that if you are Ring someone like this, um, that you are casting it short range. You're not using your R like this. You're not using it like this. Okay,
oh,
what?
because you'll go too far and it'll be more time for them to react and stuff.
Because, exactly, you're right. Because your R animation, if you cast it at max range, will CC you longer than them.
Okay.
If you cast it short range like this, then you will be able to use an ability before they can react. But usually you miss if you use your R this way and then use your E this way as well. Just because you can't use your E right underneath you. So if you use your R this way, this way, and then use your E that way, so you're like turning your character around, then you end up hitting people a lot easier. So this I should have an example of. Let's see. Actually, this was a mid game. I'm not going to do this one. Okay, I sort of did it here. You see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I use my R, very short range, and then I use my E backwards.
Oh, you
Now,
missed.
I hit him.
I don't think it.
The explosion hit him. Here, look. See?
I thought that's your Q hitting right there.
No, no. See?
Oh,
260 whatever damage.
64.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did it
Shouldn't
backwards
your
there.
E do more than that though at that point?
I used Hextech Alternator before I started the fight. Or before I used my R. And I didn't have Sork Shoes.
Okay.
And he took Magic Resist. Because he was facing a Lissandra. So
Okay. It just looks weird. It looks like you missed him, but the number shows up.
I'll try to find another one. Let's see. This one I was kiting, so that doesn't count. Uh, this one is not up against a wall. That one also not up against a wall. Okay. Nope. It only applies if you're right beside them, by the way. This only applies if you're right beside them. Okay. Okay, well the only one I can find is this one. This one. So I use my R short range and then I E backwards. So reliably, I think it's just more reliable to do this.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out if it makes it any closer, but I don't think it does. Uh, yeah, no, it's about the same. But I think if you cast your R, um, I did like a full 360. What the?
360 no scope.
Literally.
Oh,
But no, I'm trying to figure out if because you cast. Okay, yeah. You cast your R, right? And they always end up behind you. See?
Yeah, okay. Oh, because you go further in the dash.
Yeah, I think that must be what it is. Like, I probably should have missed there because I actually didn't do it directly behind me. But if I had, like, where do I
You would
land,
have
right?
nailed him.
I land here, right? If I do it directly behind me, look, he's walking directly behind me.
yeah.
So I just got lucky hitting this, but it should have been here. But like, had I done it correctly, I would have had a direct hit. So I feel like you guys should try to practice that. Uh, Let me know if it's actually better at hitting people, but I just found it is. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. Okay. Any final questions regarding macro?
No, I think that makes sense to me. And that's a good tip about the ult stuff too, because I always feel like I'm like see I play like Pantheon and Shen, right? Turbo stat checkers, and then you give me the fattest skill shot in the entire game, and I'm still missing the thing.
Yeah, like people make jokes about missing Shyvadi, but it's actually hard to hit unless you like close range anyway, coming out of an R. All right, well that's pretty much it then for today. I'll be making like a some final tests for you guys to do, but ultimately I just want to make sure that everyone's hitting their goal um, and is actively. I know there's some people in here who had some computer problems, uh, but we'll see. I'll have to come up with something.
Can I show you an example of something that happened to me? I ended up winning, but I
Sure.
think that was just because the enemy jungle kind of threw. But it's real early game. Let me share my screen. So I'm going to 1 second. Boom. Can you see it?
Uh, yeah, I can see.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back. I was going up there. I didn't end up. I don't know if I think I forget what happened, but I think I got chased out and lost my flash. But regardless, I'll go to mine. I was trying to get vision, but Ziggs was, and then yeah, we'll speed it up. I go to my buff. My Morgana ends up getting killed here,
Rest in peace.
but my laner sits top while Riven. Like, should I just abandon this?
Yeah.
Cause I flash out. I don't end up dying, but yeah,
Yeah, that's a tough one. Lee Sin even invades you. Do you see
yeah.
that?
So I get super screwed. Yeah, I ended up salvaging it and winning this game pretty easily, but
Okay, pause here for a sec. Where where are you gonna go from here?
I was going back to my blue because I assumed at this point Riven was gonna have to be in lane, and I can see Morgana's. He's taking my full bot side,
Okay,
so I probably should have
that's
just went
good.
up there.
No, it's that's the right call. This is one of the worst situations you could be in, of course.
Yeah,
Literally delaying your clear and getting invaded at the same time. Super rough. Um,
yeah,
and because you're starting so late, you'll have 12 CS by the time the crab spawns, if that. So,
mm-hmm.
actually, yeah, you will. But so what I would do here is I would clear top side, get crab, and then um, reset because
Okay.
having items while you're behind is more important than having tempo in if you're this far behind because you have no tempo. You're so far behind that even getting a little bit of tempo is not going to matter. Meaning, if you get a
Mm-hmm.
camp over the enemy Lee Sin,
Yeah,
um, or like a tempo, or sorry, getting one camp from where you are over the Lee Sin, if that makes sense. So
yeah,
having, so like I would get the crab, do the three camps, back and via an amp tome, maybe even a control word. Because Lee Sin invaded you once, he's probably going to try it again.
yeah,
Uh, And then as long as you can keep track of him, you can know whether or not you can go invade his top side. Because he took your red, and it looks like he's taking your Krugs as well, right?
yeah. I think he ends up still taking it, but
Okay, anyway, let's play for a sec.
let me go back to. So yeah, he does take it. I think he might even. I don't know if he kills Morgana again or something, but so at this point he's taking my Raptors too. He took the whole bot side.
Yeah. So it's not actually the end of the world. Um,
I think I choose to invade here.
okay. So that is a mistake for sure.
Okay.
It's too dangerous to invade here. But like
Because he should be going.
even
Yeah.
though you got away with this, it's way too dangerous to do this in a normal scenario. Uh, uh like we want to build consistency, so if you do something like this again, there's a
Mhm.
very good chance that you will be stopped and then you'll be even more behind.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know where Lee Sin went, but I ended up. I think he does his full bot side and then goes for a bot gank or something.
yeah, okay, the fact that you got away with this means that you have now regained tempo.
Okay.
So because of that, you are
Yeah.
now,
See there, he just showed bot.
okay, this is also a mistake. So now you've lost tempo again.
Yeah.
So you're leaving your camps up, why?
Yeah. And then I get killed.
Yeah, huge mistake there. You definitely just need to farm your camps and keep your tempo up. Uh, Doing something like what you're doing is too risky both ways.
Mhm.
I'm not sure why you were walking through mid anyway. Um, is there a reason for that?
I think the only mindset I had was that. So there, I thought Lee Sin, after he
Stop.
killed me, was
Okay,
gonna.
pause here too. You're
Yeah.
also not clearing in a straight line.
So
You're breaking your line as well.
yeah. So like I should have started Krugs there.
Well,
Because I thought he
you
was gonna invade me and take those.
you're you're thinking too much about that when you should be thinking about what you can get, not what you should try to get, right? Your your Gromp has been up the whole game. Wolves have been up. If you walk down here and see him, that's information. It doesn't really matter if he took your camp because the dragon is up and he will have to spend time getting the dragon, which means you can invade him reliably without issue. It's all about consistency. So if you know that he's going to be bought, it's not a risk to go invade. If you know he's on dragon, you have enough time to go do whatever you want, which means you can gain your tempo back on
Mhm.
him. If you break your line like this, your clear line, it means that you're ruining your tempo in the future. Your tempo might be fine for the next minute, but the moment the camps start respawning, your tempo is going to be terrible.
So I should have went top side, and then even if he had taken them, that
It,
would have still been the right way to do it.
you know why? Because if he took them, it means he spent time doing that instead of dragon, which means the dragon is still possible to fight for. Because he can't do much damage to dragon as a Lee Sin, and if he took your whole Raptors, which for a Lee Sin takes a bit, it means that they haven't started the dragon yet. So you're
No, no, no.
gaining
I thought he
information
had
off
took
that.
the top side after that point because I died coming through mid lane. I thought he killed me there, and I thought he went through mid up into my jungle. So I was thinking he took my Gromp, and my wolves. So that's why I went here.
We go back. Let's see.
So I'm gonna go back to where I died. So, well, I just died. Lee Sin's fighting here. I think actually I don't pay attention. I think he was low.
Yeah,
So,
so he's low,
I,
and you're full HP. There's no way he's gonna go to.
yeah,
Yeah,
I must have missed that he was low.
yeah.
And I
It's
missed.
good that you go over this though, because like I'm sure like you said, you didn't even know he was low until you're watching the replay again. So,
Yeah,
but
okay.
yeah, I mean, these are pretty big mistakes for the game. I'm surprised that you turned it, but the fact that you were able to get away with the top invade,
Hmm.
um, I can't speak to this invade because I don't know what led up to this, but um, to me this invade still looks weird because your camps are all up.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know. Maybe
let me
maybe
look.
tilt greed. I don't know.
I gotta look at your account now. Let's see.
This game, ironically, my stat line at the end was like 17-3, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I ended up
If
popping off, and
yeah, I mean, I honestly think you just got really lucky this game. If
yeah,
you would have been able to go 17-3 just the same, if not earlier, because of just consistently clearing. Um or doing consistently safe plays instead of risky plays. Because I can see
okay.
that the following game you played, you went 0-4 against the Kazakhs, who probably invaded you and did a very similar thing.
I'm being too riskies.
The way I'm looking at your gameplay right now is you're coin flipping the game by
Okay.
playing like that. You're not making a slow advantage. You're making a quick advantage, which could also be a quick loss. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, um, uh, I'm gonna wrap up this session for today, but you can still ask me questions through messages, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.